Alright, so what's up everybody? I'm back. I couldn't stay away for very long. Lighthouse, what a great episode. I'm going to start off, it's a Jack-centric episode, awesome. Jack looks down at his appendix, where he had his appendix removed, and I thought for sure this was going to lead back to some kind of, season 4 thing where Juliet took out his abdomen, but he doesn't. Of course, Jack doesn't remember having his appendix removed, and his mother calls and he asks his mother about having his appendix removed, and she says when he was 7 or 8, and he guesses he remembers. I thought that was pretty cool. Jack has a son? Alright, so Jack and Dogen, the samurai guy, have a nice little conversation. I like Dogen. I think he's a really cool guy. I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think he's going to turn out to be a bad guy or anything like that. Next thing I know, the next part I really like is Hurley and Miles playing tic-tac-toe with little strings of, I don't know, looks like leaves, tied together and stuff like that. I thought it was really cool. And they throw down the last pieces, and Miles kind of like, oh, surprising, like, like they've been playing the game like 20 times or something. So Jacob awesome. Needs Hurley's help to help somebody get to the island. Of course, Hurley's always suspicious about things, I love Hurley. You guys know that. But, who do you think could be coming to the island? I mean, it's got to be somebody that we already know, like, it'd be great if it was Walt. I mean, we definitely need to see some more Walt in Season 6, no doubt about it. I don't, it could be Woodmore or something like that. Maybe Desmond, that would be cool too, but I really want to see Walt. I want to see more Walt. So, what do you guys think? Now, the next part, after the commercial, got me really excited because Jack was trying to have a nice conversation with his son. Still can't believe he has a son. That's awesome. But David, he's talking to David, and Jack, follows him to the kitchen, and he says, take your earphones out. And he's like, who you listen to? And he's like, you haven't heard of him. I was waiting for it, and it didn't happen. I'm 99.99% sure that David was listening to Drive Shaft. Come on, it's gotta be Drive Shaft. I mean, I thought that was the coolest thing. Please tell me I'm not the only one that thought that. I looked at my wife and I said, it has to be Drive Shaft. But he doesn't say it, of course, so I don't know. Let me know what you think. Alright, yes, Claire's back. Good for her. She's not as bad. I thought she was gonna be a lot crazier than maybe Russo, but she's not near as bad as Russo was. Russo was like kind of totally whacked out in the beginning when we first see her. And the thing is, Claire's only been out there for 3 years, so that makes a little bit of difference, I'm sure, but I'm glad she's back. Alright, so Kate tells Jack that it's okay, that she's not going with them, which she doesn't really want to. She's looking for Claire anyways. Please let this be the last time that Jack has to try to follow around with Kate, because I'm not a Jade fan. I'm so sorry. Jack, did your father ever mention a Claire Littleton? Alright, so Hurley and Jack make it to the caves. And this part was really cool because Hurley is basically saying what I think a lot of us think, is that the skeletons is going to end up being 2 of our losties. Somehow, I don't know how, I don't know why, don't ask me any crazy questions like that. But he's saying, what if we go back to dinosaur times, we die, and this is us, And I thought that was really cool. But I thought it was going to be explained right now, but it wasn't, darn it. So okay, so we do get the explanation of why Jack smashed the casket back in Season 1. And I thought this was pretty harsh. He said because his dad wasn't in the casket. That's the reason why he smashed the casket. It's kind of upsetting. So Jack's son David played the piano. So did Daniel Faraday. What's the significance of that? Jack even played the piano some. Back in, Season 3, I believe. Or maybe it was 4. I don't know. You guys tell me. But anyways, what do you think the significance is of all these people playing piano? Alright, so Hurley says when they get to the lighthouse, he says, dude, this is cool. This is what they must have used to help ships get to the island. Alright, so I gotta say, the lighthouse scene with Hurley and Jack is pretty sweet. I don't know how that lighthouse mirror thing does that, how it sees Jack's past house when he was, what, 7 years old, I think he says. It's pretty crazy, but it really, really pisses Jack. Alright, so Jacob's had a plan this whole time, obviously. Somebody's going to the temple, and it's going to be a bad person, but I'm guessing that person's already there, and that's going to be Saeed. I'm hoping Saeed's not bad, but it looks like it's unfortunate for him. I always like Saeed. Jacob's been protecting Jack and Hurley, you know, for this time, so let's hope everything. I thought when Jack smashed the mirror that in the lighthouse, I thought that was going to be a really, really big problem for everybody, but it was under Jacob's plan again. Jacob has a sense of humor. He tells Hurley, "You got ink on your forehead." I thought that was pretty cool. So Claire was going to kill Kate if she found out that Kate was raising Aaron. Is it because Kate's a whore? John?
That's not John. That's my friend.
How lost ends through the eye of a baby. I'm not sure what that meant, but you guys have what it takes. Jacob knows how to get Jack's blood. Hurley asked Jacob if, he said, "Have you ever tried to get Jack to do something?" And I thought it was pretty funny. And then he says, "I just lied to the samurai guy." And Jacob, Hurley says to Jacob, he's like, "If you got any ideas on how to get Jack to go with me, I'm all ears, you know." And Jacob just kind of gets a smirk on his face because he knows how stubborn Jack is. Jack is a stubborn guy. So Hurley tells samurai guy, "Why don't you go back to the courtyard?" And then samurai guy like cusses him out in another foreign language. It was funny. Jacob tells him, Hurley asked Jacob, "What did he say?" And he's like, "You don't want to know."